and an inhospitable terrain. Two teams of investigators are on a stakeout, documenting everything they see and hear. If all goes as planned, and base security doesn't interfere, they'll reconnoiter 24 hours later. Team leader Chuck Clark and military aviation expert Guy Norris will set up camp on a mountaintop, armed with a telescope and camera.
We seem to be completely in the middle of nowhere, so...
We're 22 miles into the backcountry here.
This is the easy part. They still face a 2-hour climb up the sheer face of Tikaboo Peak.
Wow, so that's how high then?
That's around just a few feet below 8,000. We're roughly at 7,000 right here.
So we're really on our own out here, aren't we?
Yeah, you're on your own. You could be in a whole bunch of trouble up here if you broke a leg or something.
I should have been in training for this.
Well,
Back on the mountain, Chuck and Guy make their way up the dangerous path to the summit of Tikaboo Peak, carrying a 50-pound telescope and gear for the cold night ahead.
the first half mile here up to the first ridge is killer. It's steep and loose, and it gets steeper as we get higher.
Their destination, the only available view of Area 51.
Well, here we are up top.
Wow. That is so spectacular, isn't it?
So what do you think? Is it worth the climb?
Yeah, I mean, I'm finding it difficult to describe to you, actually, what it's like. I think the weird thing is that although we're here on planet Earth, you feel like you're on the edge of another world out there.
Looking out across the desert through the heat haze, there is another world, one the government has tried to hide from prying eyes. It's Area 51.
Yeah, I can see some buildings glinting sort of thing in the sun, and I can make out one of the runways. Unbelievable. I can't believe I'm actually seeing it. It's unbelievable. After all this time, it's incredible.
It's not really a myth.
Yeah, it really exists.
Chuck and Guy hurry to make camp on the bare mountaintop, all too aware that if they can see the base from here, the base can see them. They're 26 miles away and must rely on Chuck's telescope and telephoto camera to let them spy on and document any activity at Area 51.
With the eyepiece in place, it will give us about a 50-power look.
Oh, yeah.
Both men know Area 51 exists to test the ultra-secret new technology right out of science fiction.
In terms of what could be going on there, there's been a growing speculation that anti-gravity propulsion, this sort of so-called holy grail of aerospace, could be on the verge of becoming reality.
There are quite a few stories about things that seem to be anti-gravity, and I've seen a few things over the years also.
Like what?
Objects that rise slowly and sort of hang motionless for minutes at a time, and then suddenly dart halfway across the sky in a second or two and stop instantly, or make a high-speed V-turn.
That's incredible, isn't it?
You never know what you're going to see. They're testing all sorts of things here.
Military aircraft air-to-ground frequencies active, indicating they've got something in the air, as well as ground control frequencies.
That something is moving at an incredible speed, straight toward Guy and Chuck.
We've just got a really bright light in the sky directly overhead the site. Did you see that?
Oh boy.
It's still there. It seems to be moving to the north, but that was amazing. It was so bright, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was directly over the site, too.
Well, it makes me think it might have been an aircraft with a very directional light on it.
Guy hopes for a second sighting so that Chuck's camera has a chance to catch it. But the sky suddenly goes quiet over Area 51. The runway goes dark before the heat haze obscures the image.
There's the control tower on the left of that little higher hill in the center.
Yeah.
You see the top 20 feet of it.
Oh, yeah, right.
And it looks like the vehicles are over on the left side of that new taxiway now.
15,000 feet above their heads, Area 51 comes alive. Guy hears it too.
Sounded like there was something in the air over there, Chuck.
It could be a B-2 bomber. They practice refueling around dawn and then stay in the airspace for a couple hours out here.
Guy can't believe his luck. The B-2 is not alone, and it has some surprising company.
Oh, there's a MiG-29. Excellent.
He's turning that way.
Although America is no longer in a Cold War with the Soviets, for some strange reason, it's still fighting their aircraft here at Area 51.